Time for another day out of aviation fun. As the video begins, I'm taking runway 05 at the Charlotte Monroe Executive Airport. I line the aircraft up on the runway center line, smoothly advance the throttle up to full power, hold a bit of back pressure on the control yoke, and when the airplane is ready, it lifts off and begins to climb. Today, I'm going to spend in the traffic pattern doing touch and goes. It's been a long time since I've spent an entire hour in the traffic pattern, using the time to practice short and soft field landings and takeoffs. Monroe has a standard left-hand traffic pattern, what simply means my turns will be made to the left. Right now, I'm on the upwind leg, climbing to pattern altitude, which is typically between 800 and 1,000 feet AGL. In a moment, I'll turn left onto the crosswind leg. There's my left turn to the crosswind. And as I reach pattern altitude, I throttle back to maintain around 80 knots in the pattern. I roll level for a moment, then roll left again onto the downwind leg of the pattern. That's Charlotte Pipe & Foundry's factory down there. I am now established on the downwind leg, flying parallel to the runway. I add in 10 degrees of flaps and slow fly the airplane on the downwind. I think for this landing, I'll warm up with a normal, run-of-the-mill, everyday landing. I make a radio call on the advisory frequency to let local traffic know where I am in the traffic pattern. You can just see the end of the runway out the left window. I am abeam the end of the runway, so car beat on. Reduce power to start down for the runway, and add another 10 degrees of flaps. Left turn onto the base leg of the pattern. Make another radio call to let everyone know where I am in the pattern. Roll level for a moment on base leg. Everything looks and feels good. So I roll on to final, and we are a go for landing. I add in the remainder of the flaps. I clean up the airplane by bringing up the flaps and pushing in the carb heat knob. Staying on the runway center line, I throttle up and we do it all over again. Only I'll try a short field takeoff technique. At VX, or best angle of climb, I rotate back and climb at VX until 50 feet above the ground. Then ease the nose down a little for a shallower climb and higher airspeed. Now climb straight ahead on the upwind leg. Left turn on the crosswind. There's the Martin Marietta gravel quarry down there. Power back and turn on to the downwind. Add in 10 degrees of flaps and make a radio call on the advisory frequency with my position in the pattern. Beam the end of the runway, carb heat on, reduce the power, add another 10 degrees of flaps and start back down for the runway. Roll left onto the base leg. Do a quick before landing check and size up my situation. Airspeed, altitude, and the airplane all look good. So let's land. I'll try a short field landing to a full stop on this one. The goal being to turn off at the first taxiway, which is 1,400 feet from the runway threshold. Now roll on to the final. Add in the remainder of the flaps. Oh wow, more float than I would like. Flaps up. There's no way I'm going to make that turn off. I can definitely do better than that. And that is exactly why I'm going to spend today's flight practicing these types of takeoffs and landings. I let the airplane roll down to the next taxiway and follow the yellow taxiway line off the runway. Now follow a left turn onto the parallel taxiway and back to the end of the runway, which will be in part 2. Until then, remember, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride, and thanks for watching.